Okay, so before decorating my cake, I started making the cake filling. All I did was wash some few strawberries and chop them up into little pieces. Then I whipped up some whipping ice icing. They don't sell these at most grocery stores, but I'll link some places where you can find them down below. And then I got this glaze for strawberries at HB, but this I'm pretty sure they sell at most grocery stores. So here I'm just cutting up a corner of the bag and putting some into the strawberries. You can put as much as you want. I don't really do any special or specific kind of measurement. You mix it up and then you pour some whipping ice. You want to keep mixing your ingredients until all your icing turns pink and you can no longer see it white. Now it's time for my favorite part, which is icing and decorating the cake. Here's our first tier, and the first thing that I did was line the outside of the cake with some white frosting. This ensures that our filling won't peek out onto the outside of our cake. Once you've placed down your filling and made sure that it's nice and smooth, you're ready to stack on your second tier. Here I'm using a piping bag to start coating the outside of the cake, but you can just use a spatula as well. I just find that this method is a lot faster and it goes on with a nice even coat as well. Next, I take a spatula to even out and smooth out the icing and make sure that the cake is entirely coated. Now I'm taking some Valentine's Day themed sprinkles to put around the bottom edge of our cake. But first I grab a cookie sheet to place on the bottom of our cake just to make sure that we don't make a big mess with the sprinkles. I am now placing the sprinkles around the bottom edge of the cake, but I'm also taking a spatula to push the sprinkles onto the cake and to also help bring them higher as well. Now it's time to make our ganache, which is what we're going to use to form the drips on our cake. This recipe is super easy. All you need is 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and 1 cup and 1/3 or 1 1/3 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Pour your 1 cup of heavy whipping cream into a small saucepan like this one and wait until it simmers. Once it's simmered, you want to pour it onto your semi-sweet chocolate chips, cover it, and wait 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes, you want to uncover it and whisk it. Then you'll have your perfect ganache. I placed my ganache on this little bottle, which I got at Walmart for like 50 cents, but if you don't have one, you can just use a spoon as well. But again, using this bottle is a lot less time consuming and easier to do as well. After forming the drips on the side of the cake, I take whatever ganache is left over to fill or cover the top of the cake. And then I take a spatula to smooth that out and make sure the entire top of the cake is covered. Here I'm taking some heart-shaped lollipops that I also got from Walmart and placing them on the top of the cake. I didn't center them, I more so put them to the side. I just liked how it looked that way better. And then using a piping bag and a piping tip 1M, I'm just piping some little swirls around the top of the cake just to kind of add some color. And I did use some Wilton food coloring to color the whipping ice pink. And lastly, as a finishing touch, I did take some more sprinkles that we used earlier and place them on those pink swirls. And here we have our final product of what the cake looks like. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I hope some of you try this tutorial out at home, not just for Valentine's Day, but any special occasion or loved one's birthday.